Impact Driven Entrepreneur, episode 75, how to book a client a week. Let's do this.
Welcome to the Impact Driven Entrepreneur, the podcast that helps you expand your reach and convert that reach into clients so you can lead your tribe with confidence and create change in the world while living the life you desire. And now your host, certified business coach and consultant, Mariana Ruiz.
Welcome back to the Impact Driven Entrepreneur. Today, I wanted to share with you how to book a client a week. We've been doing this consistently in my business for about 6, now going on 7 weeks. And I wanted to share with you kind of like how I made that happen, what you would have to do to make that happen. And I don't think have to is a good word, but maybe like what are the things that really make the biggest difference? Really get you something tangible to like sink your teeth in so that you can also do something like this in your company. So the first thing is, by the way, I want to say too, like all of our programs are high-end programs. So I'm not talking about like a $5 book. Like I've had courses that sold on autopilot, one a day, right? I'm talking about high-end programs in this episode. So I do want to make that distinction. We're talking about programs anywhere from $4,000 to $15,000. Okay. So that is the level of investment that we're looking at. Okay. So the first thing is stop giving an F about what anyone is saying or thinking or how people might or might not be judging you. This was huge for me because I found that I was sort of visible and sort of, like in the follow-up process, I was just caring about what people thought of me or what I thought people might think. And I'm going to give you some really tangible examples. So number one, like in the sales process, like not thinking to myself, oh my gosh, I might be being pushy. Instead being like, I know this thing is legit and it's going to change someone's life. Like I literally, I just found out one of my clients, I'm so sad. After almost 3 years of working together, she is now going to be ending her contract. We literally worked together for 3 years. And when she started, she had no idea, like she wasn't even sure about her content and her visibility and what she was going to do or what her business was really, right? When we came right down to it. Now she is joining a mastermind with people who are in Russell Brunson's circle. She's pitched him multiple times to be able to work with him. She's a copywriter. So like that is the difference, right? And by the way, in between that is, okay, she's had multiple clients at different levels, all the way from group to one-on-one to intensives to, selling her, digital products on autopilot every day, right? So like, this is what is possible for you if you, number one, stop caring about what people think, right? And all of this stuff, I'm going to get into more things. But anyways, I know that that's transformational. So is it pushy? Is it something that I'm doing to somebody, quote unquote, right? Or is it the most loving thing in the world for me to offer them an opportunity to rise up to the next level of themselves in their business? Okay. So I want you to really examine what are my thoughts about what other people think? What are my thoughts in this situation? And a lot of times it does come down to what other people think if you really just sit there and think about that thought. And like, what is the root thing here? And that also goes for visibility, right? So I was only sometimes consistent with my visibility because I was afraid of what others would think. My house was messy. Like, I don't know if I want to post this. Like, I don't even know what to say, right? When you're getting into that dialogue, you are immediately cutting off your own opportunity for growth in your company, but also for your clients to really get the impact and the life transforming work that you do. And so you got to shut it off. Okay. So that's number one. Brought to you by the Rise program. This is a one-on-one coaching program where I help you to create, launch, and scale your 6-figure group coaching program. Are you tired of having income dips in your business? Are you tired of trading dollars for hours? It is time for you to build a profitable, sustainable business that gives you the financial and time freedom that you have always wanted. My clients have gone from not lit up at all by launching strategies that felt forced to building a business and a launching strategy that was so much fun that filled their group program with ease and allowed them to step to the next version of their business. If you're ready for that type of result, go to impactdrivenentrepreneur.com/strategy to apply for a session. It's time for you to stop playing small and build a profitable, sustainable business that you have always wanted. And I'm ready to help you do that in 2019. Sign up now so that you can still get in on the 2018 pricing. Go to impactdrivenentrepreneur.com/strategy. We'll have a free consultation and we'll decide what programs are best for you, and you will still be able to get those 2018 prices if you sign up now. Number 2, 110% commitment to your own goals. And that has been huge and different for me because I always have been committed. Like, don't get me wrong. I grew my business to 15K months when I had my kids, here full time. There were 2 kids under 2, no nanny. Like, I was committed to making this happen. But the level of commitment that I have now feels different. And I think the reason for that is because now it's a no matter what. There's no if it's convenient, nothing. There's a no matter what about it. There's an underlying foundation that was not there before. I've also shifted to no half-assing stuff, right? So I have visual reminders of my goal. And part of half-assing, let me say here, is if you have a goal and a week later, you're like, but maybe I should go for this goal, or maybe I should go for that. I saw myself doing that in the beginning of 2018. And that's where I made this huge shift this quarter. And it has been just transformational. I have just stuck with one goal, and that's my goal. I set up visual reminders for myself all over my office and my home, and just sticking with the one goal. And so that's what I mean about 110% committed, right? If you're only kind of committed, you're not always really thinking about it. You might change your goal 20 times because it's probably not yours. That was the other thing, is the goals that I set are mine. They are no longer influenced by what somebody else wants me to do, what my coach says, what anyone else. This is my goal, and it came from within. And that was, I think, why I was able to be 110% committed to it. Number 3, get help. This is huge. So I hired my first full-time VA, and this freed up so much of my brain power, and I was able to go all in on the things that I was great at with the sales process. And I was able to delegate to her the things that I knew needed to be done in the sales process but weren't. Okay. And for this, I wanted to say, and I also wanted to say here, I also got support in terms of coaching. So I've always had a coach, whether it be one-on-one, group, etc. But I literally always had a coach in my business because I know that I need the accountability, somebody to be my guiding light, and for me to mentor under a leader that I know is at a level that I want to be at very soon, right? And I want to shortcut my way to success, and I've been able to do that by always hiring mentors and leaders that I trust. So, those are 2 investments, right, that you are going to have to make if you're not already making them, or you're going to have to alter and up level in that way. And at first that feels scary. That feels like, oh my gosh, can I really afford this? Can I do this? But the truth is, if you don't do it, you're never going to get there. I wish I had hired somebody full-time literally 3 years ago. This would have changed my business and changed my life 3 years ago. And now, I mean, I can't go back, so I don't have any regrets really, but it is shoot, I always thought I couldn't do it. And by doing it, it allowed for so much more than I even imagined possible, or that I even mind-blowingly knew, right? It just has blown my mind with gratitude and abundance and love, and just what it has brought for me. So get help is huge, and stop making excuses with your own circumstances. Because if you think you don't have the money and you're going to keep not getting the support you need, you're going to continue to not have the money. That's like period, end of story, right? And you're going to keep repeating those circumstances. Instead, if you get the support that you need, you actually implement and you actually commit, right? Commit 100% to everything the coach is telling you to do. Commit 100% to your employee and train them and meet with them every day. Though, like, that is what it takes. Okay. I don't sugarcoat stuff. Okay. Number 4, show up and sell. I can't tell you how many times people come to me and they think that they can run a profitable business without selling. And that's just not the case. And so you gotta sell. If you're not selling, you are not going to be in business. Okay. That's period, end of story. That's how it is. So if you're not selling, but you're expecting for sales to come in, you're just wishing and hoping and living in la la land. I'm sorry. I might get unsubscribed from this episode, but it's the truth, right? How do you expect to make money if you aren't actually getting out there and selling? The only way to make money in a business is to sell. And selling really, and this is what Impact Driven Entrepreneur, my company, my brand, my business is all about. This is what it's all about. It's all about you selling from a place of service, you selling because you know that the impact, what you will do with your client over that span of time that you're working together is so transformational, so valuable, and so incredibly going to change that person's life. And so it is our duty. It becomes our obligation to sell. It is not just about the money, although yes, the money is great. Yes, it's important to have money because it keeps you in business. And it's also about the fact that your people are waiting for you. They are waiting for you to show up in these ways that we have talked about. So I'm going to recap. Number 1, stop giving any sort of attention or time to what anyone is thinking, period. 2, commit to your goal 100%. Have one goal that you are committing to and you are going all in on 110%. 3, get support. And if you have not been utilizing the resources that you have up until this point in the way that I mentioned in this episode, by the way, you can go back and re-listen if you need to, but if you have not been utilizing them to their full optimum potential, then that needs to be your number 1 priority right now. So 3 is get help. Hire some team, hire someone to do some of the busy work for you, and get a coach. I have been asked over and over again, when is the time that I can hire an employee? Guess what? From day one, I have always had a VA of some sort, even if it's just part-time. And I have always delegated from day one, where my business was not making money. You know why? Because if I put all of that pressure on myself, I am not going to perform optimally and my company will never make money. So it's the same thing that we're talking about here, right? You got to go all in. You have to trust yourself that you will show up for your sales activities, and you got to hire and get the support you need so that you're able to fully commit to that. And number 4 is show up and sell, because selling is really the most selfless, loving thing you can do when you are confident about what you're doing. If you need to get confident about it, go get confident about it. And I can definitely help you with that. If you need help with the sales process and like how to sell and how to market, like that is what I do. So that is this program, or that is everything that I wanted to share with you about how to get a client a week. Now it is your turn. I know this was like a tough love episode and we've had some beautiful interviews that have been a little softer, but you know how I am. I get my fiery side out, especially when it comes to you being able to create a sustainable, profitable business. And I do have an invitation for you to continue on and actually create something like this in your company. I have a few openings for my Rise program. It is a program designed to help you create, launch, and scale your six-figure group coaching program. You will be selling higher end programs, okay? This is not for you to sell a $100 a month type of program. This is not a membership site of any kind. You are going to be selling high-end programs. If you're ready to rise up, you are ready to serve your clients at the next level, you are ready to stop trading dollars for hours, as well as build that sustainability, consistent recurring revenue in your company, I am here for you. Go to impactdrivenentrepreneur.com/strategy and apply for a session. We can talk together and see what program and what level of support works best for you. And you can lock yourself into 2018 pricing. Pricing for all of my programs will go up in 2019 because of the exceptional results that all of my clients have been getting. In fact, I just got a message from one of my clients this week that was saying, I am literally on track to be able to meet my entire savings goal and add an addition to my house that I have been wanting to do. If you want this level of financial freedom, you got to get in this program. Go to impactdrivenentrepreneur.com/strategy. Let's do it. Head on over to impactdrivenentrepreneur.com where you can find an arsenal of videos, blog posts, and previous podcast episodes to help you increase your profit and impact. Again, impactdrivenentrepreneur.com and click on blog. Enjoy.